message is clear. Our enemies are not each other. They are war, poverty, hunger, and injustice. We cannot defeat them by fighting alone or looking after only ourselves. Instead, we must rally the world and build a common future. Alone, one is helpless. United, can have great strength. The truth and value of this vision are sinking in with people around the world. It is like a beacon lighting the way forward for humanity. This vision encapsulates how China sees its role in the world and in history as a major country. The Chinese have always had a noble tradition of acting for the common good and pursuing harmony for all. Our great rejuvenation as a nation and our rise as a country of 1.4 billion people will not follow the beaten track where big powers vied for supremacy and territory. On the contrary, we will take a path of peaceful development, and we encourage other countries to take the same path. Together, we can build an open, inclusive, clean, and beautiful world that enjoys lasting peace, universal security, and shared prosperity. We are encouraged by the growing support for this vision. More than 100 countries and international organizations have embraced it, and nearly 80% of people around the world are in favor. Over 40 countries and regional organizations have joined us in realizing this vision. This attests to the saying that right makes might. A righteous cause is sure to garner mighty support of world's countries and pull the strength of the people. The future of humanity is bright, but it will not dawn on its own. Building a community with a shared future for humanity is both a beautiful vision and a historic process. It requires the united efforts of many generations. China will press ahead with conviction and concrete steps and work with any and all to make it a reality.
What damage was likely done to Iran's military and nuclear infrastructure back in June, Victor? You probably remember the Trump administration repeatedly told us Iran's nuclear program was obliterated. So my question to you is whether this time around, is it still about Iran's nuclear and military capabilities, or is it about something else?
Well, first of all, as far as the Middle East is concerned, it is completely unacceptable for one country, that is Israel, to have developed the nuclear weapons and sometimes to declare their intention to use nuclear weapons, and at the same time to deny another country, which is Iran, a sovereign country with its own independence, from developing nuclear weapons. Now, Iran has repeatedly reaffirmed that it has no intention to develop nuclear weapons, but it has the right to use nuclear power for peaceful purposes. So I think this whole issue needs to be brought to a negotiation table, and there was an international agreement covering the peaceful use of nuclear power by Iran, but the United States chose to walk out of that agreement, which eventually led to the war and confrontation configuration we are faced with as we speak. So I think it is time for the United States to really do what a major power is supposed to do, to exercise its leadership and statesmanship, to engage in peaceful negotiation rather than resorting to war, especially United States should refuse to be misguided by Israel and its prime minister, and refuse to be used as an instrument by Israel and Prime Minister Netanyahu in using the U.S. military power to commit acts of aggression against Iran. I don't think the American people want to fight a war against the Iranian people, and I hope things will go back to normal and de-escalation will happen, and the United States will really think twice before they pull the trigger, including when they are misled by another country, in this case, Israel and especially its Prime Minister Netanyahu in taking advantage of the US military power to invade and committing acts of aggression against Iran.
Also wrote The Lessons of History, very brief, 100-page book, in which he said, well, history proves that, unfortunately and unhappily, Jesus Christ has no advantage over Genghis Khan. Because if you are strong enough, ruthless enough, powerful enough, evil will overcome good. Aggression will overcome moderation. So you have no choice. If you look at the world as it is today, you have to be blind not to see that the democracies led by the United States have to reassert their will to defend themselves and to oppose their enemies in time while there's still time, before the jarring gong of danger wakes them up and wakes them up too late. This is where we are now. The fact that people don't see that, the fact that a lot of the news media are harking on a lot of fake news, but also a lot of short-sightedness, and do not see the historic period and the historic struggle that we are engaged in now, doesn't obviate these truths.